Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Legion Lab. I am your host, JR. Today we got Rob and Jose, and a special appearance by Roman.
Roman's
made
back,
my
baby.
return. Yeah.
He's alive.
no stomach issues. I do have an exam tomorrow, so I can't stay up that late, unfortunately.
What's the exam in?
Biology. So it's yeah, it's gonna be
easy.
fun.
All you need to know is that there's no such thing as cells.
There you go.
The
Cell
Earth
theory,
was made...
it's called a theory for a reason, right?
Yeah.
It's not self-facts.
Evolution is just a theory.
Well, it's good to have you back, Rome. I know you're busy with school and everything, but every time you make an
dude.
appearance, it's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's just been so busy. I haven't even had a chance to play Legion as much as I wanted to.
I know. I keep messaging you, and you're just like, "I'm busy with school." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Dude, I know. It's worse now. I'm full-time student, full-time employee, and when I'm off, my girlfriend wants my attention, and I got to give it to her.
Makes sense. It all makes sense, man. How it goes?
Full-time student now. How's that going compared to part-time with the full-time shop?
It's a lot, man. Waking up at 6 a.m. Monday through Thursday to go to class at 8 it's pretty rough when I'm not used to it, especially when I got work right after. So again, there's been so many times where I'm like, I can hop on, and then I'm like half asleep. I'm like, you know what, man? They can handle. They've been doing it for long enough. And they're actually playing. You guys are actually playing. Even Jose. Yeah. I've been happy to see Jose playing.
Absolutely.
I think Jose
slowly but surely we will pull him away from the evil MCP team.
I'm with you, Rob. I'm with you. We're slowly getting Edward.
No more capes. Except Vader's cape and Gideon's cape and Krennic's cape and
Grievous.
And Obi-Wan. No, he doesn't have a cape. No,
Obi-Wan does not have a cape.
No.
I mean, he has a robe.
Yeah. All right, so only cool capes. No more lame capes, okay?
Wait, we're getting the gladiator cape, though. I want to use that.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. But anyway, guys, Rob, your league wrapped up. How'd that go?
It went so well that second place literally was too scared to show up on the podcast tonight. J.R. Dieter defeated Nick. Nick could have won if he just wanted to win, but he never wants to win. He always wants everybody else to win because it makes him feel happy, because he's I think he's just too much of a father. He sees JR as his child, and he wants JR. JR is so used to beating up 10-year-olds that Nick is like, you know what?
Like, I gotta let this guy have.
I gotta let this guy win. It means so much to him.
Maybe on another podcast we might talk about our game. But I'm gonna be honest. I thought I was gonna lose that game. Turn 1 was brutal, and turn 1 and 2 was brutal. Like, I even told Nick during that game, I go, Nick, this has got to be my humble game because I'm just not pulling out anything. So
we're like a couple games we need to talk about behind because we've been focusing so much on LVO, but we'll get there.
Sure,
Jose and I still have to hash out our game from like 2 weeks ago now. So
get that LJ beer bucket tally on the screen somewhere.
Oh, we do. Don't worry, we're getting to that. We're getting to that. But anyway, so Legion Lad League. That's a tongue twister.
You said lag.
LLL.
It is done for now. Soon another league will be in the works. I will not be hosting it because that's too much work, so I'll let somebody else do that.
Yeah, I think people don't realize how much work it is to run events. That's why I think LJ was really thankful that you guys were complimenting his employees and grateful for that, because it's a lot of work.
We'll see if he still thinks this after tonight, or today whenever this releases.
It was. I had fun in the league. I mean, I always have fun when I get a chance to play.
You know what? The league was fun. I'm glad we got to do it, but man, I'm so sad that 2.6 came out, because I feel like I was cooking with what season 2 was supposed to be for my league. Like, I had all these special rules set up. Like, it was gonna be all this crazy stuff with bounty hunters and stealing characters, and then 2.6 came out, and everyone's like, "Yeah, can we just learn the game first?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fair," but maybe I'll come back to it.
I thought more people would want to play 2.6, but it was like people just, it's like
there's so many people that were like, I don't want to learn 2.6 right now, or it doesn't feel like it, or I'm too busy. And I don't blame anybody for any of those excuses. Those are good excuses. It's just,
I just feel bad for all the new guys, because remember there was that father and son that had just hopped on. There was Adam who had just hopped on. And to be completely like, here's a new system, and then there's no correct product to buy.
All the new people from the past year locally, they just stopped playing.
Yeah.
So
The have you guys? Michael's been picking stuff up.
Yeah.
Has he
Michael,
been-
that is true. Michael's still with it, and now
Michael's
we have
a warrior, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I play Michael like at least once a week. Like I
He's
have
like,
no
I beat his
way.
ass once a
Thursday,
week.
yeah.
JR hasn't tried to get him to play oh, what's it called? Stormtide, right? Because that's how you just kill somebody's
Oh
self-esteem.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like not only am
Just
I better
crush
than
their
you, so I'm gonna
will.
beat
Yeah.
you,
When
but
I-
I'm gonna start building up points so that I'm even better than you in what I can bring as well.
you
We
know
need
what's
to get
funny?
Daniel back in.
My first person playing Stormtide was Nick, and Nick was just like, all right, I can't play this with you. Then it was John, and then John's like, I can't play with you. Then it was Rob, and then Rob was like, I can't play with you. And I was just like,
No,
The will
it's like
crusher.
you get to a point where it's like, all right, JR shows up and he has his commander with 400 points worth of stuff, and I have my commander with, and this is after we nerfed, like we made it so that I still at least got half as much as JR did. And I was literally at the point where I was min-maxing, like, okay, like there were games I played in Stormtide. By the way, this is not about Stormtide today, but there were games I played in Stormtide where I was like, I don't want to win this game. I just want to get more points so that I'm better off in the next game.
Yeah.
And then JR was like, why aren't you playing the game against me? Why aren't you fighting me? I'm like, I'm just trying to build points here. Like, it was just, the games weren't fun. Like,
Right.
Stormtide's long dead. Like, there's no point in talking about it more, but like, it just it didn't work out.
Oh my God.
that's the thing I need to remember.
F in the chat for Stormtide.
People want to
Yeah,
have.
I was
Well,
so pumped for that game system too.
Me
Me too.
I
I
mean, it
picked it
was
up.
fun.
It was
I
fun.
feel like if I'd played Edward, it would have been better. But
Edward's
or
the
Nick, or
Edward's the perfect person to play against. He
Yeah.
loves that campaign type stuff. I actually bought a box for me and Edward to play. I just never got around to doing it with him.
yeah.
Because I knew Edward would love it. I knew Edward doesn't want to be ultra competitive. I like fluffy stuff like that too. I like having league type stuff where you know your games affect the future outcomes and keeping it. Again, it is hard though when you reward the winner consistently because it just makes sure that they snowball. That's just the
Yeah.
reality of
and,
it.
and that's a problem that a lot of like video games have, where it's like winners snowball, but those end quickly. Like when you're looking at like you're 10 Legion games in and there's 25 more to go, and you know who's
Jesus,
gonna win at the
man.
end. Like you're like, all right, is this worth the next 50 hours we're gonna play, or 100
Nope.
hours? Like so
Yeah, it becomes daunting after a while. Even I
Yeah.
felt bad. I was just like, yeah, my commander's too souped up. Like nothing. you
but
can do.
anyways, we're not here for Stormtide.
But
Roman.
yes,
Roman.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
On that note, all our local players, don't fret. The league is over. However, Roman's got some news for us. Take it away, Roman.
So there's been,
shit.
in light of recent events, there's been a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of demands from the community. People are split, right? What's going on with the Legion lads? They've been quiet, this and that. What's going on? Why did the logo change? And actually, I have something interesting I want to show you guys. Big announcement.
Uh-oh.
Is this something I don't even know about? I'm trying to drum roll, but I'm just like messing up my
I have
camera.
officially signed.
Uh-oh.
Yo, the traitor!
You know,
No, we lost another one. Another traitor.
Hell yeah.
and people are asking, are the Legion lads dead? What's going on? What's going to happen? And I've got some news for you. Brother.
Let's go.
Legion lad till I die.
Yeah.
I
What is
love
it?
it. I love it. You know what's so funny is you know when me and John got the jersey, it's just like, okay, there's no jersey this year. I want to get a jersey for John and everything. I go, I hope this sparks something. It starts a competition, bro, and that's exactly what I feel like it's doing. Like,
By the way, Jared, do you know what
all for it.
do you know what the first thing that happened after you signed up as Sith Brotherhood is?
What's that?
You know what the first thing that happened when I learned about it? Yeah, Justin from Modesto said, "Hey, do you want to join Roll Better Dice?" Which is their thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm still loyal to the lads. I'm like somebody over here.
I am a lad. Legion lads is not only a vibe, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, lads.
Lads for LL forever. What is it? Hold on, what is that? Is that an L or is that a J? So it goes like this. It's like Jose says, LL lad gang, Legion lad gang, bang bang lad gang.
Yes, this is what I'm excited for. The competition, Get it going.
Just don't abandon your own freaking team. Like,
Like, that's the thing is, both statements can't be true, right? I could be both. I could be.
no,
three
you
things.
can't.
I'm the Nor Cali Legions, right? Sith Brotherhood
Sure.
and Legion Lads. Why can't that be all three?
Sure. Sure. So next year, I feel like we need to get SenCal Legion together. Because are we really NorCal? Like, without getting into the whole thing, like, I don't know.
No, we're definitely SenCal, dude.
Like, there's like we're not NorCal because all the people up north are like, you're not NorCal. You're not
Right.
cool enough to be NorCal. And all the SoCal, like, we're definitely not SoCal. Like, they're weird down there.
What's SenCal? Merced to Bakersfield or what?
What's what? NorCal?
Yeah, or SenCal. Merced to
SenCal?
Bakersfield.
I mean, I would say it's the entire Central Valley, right? Like, I would include. I mean, Sacramento is NorCal clearly, but like,
yeah, Modesto.
I think we could also claim Sacramento. Like,
is it like
SenCal.
a Venn diagram? There's gonna be a little bit of overlap.
Yeah, there's like a little Venn diagram because like we are kind of NorCal more than we are.
It's contested.
SoCal.
So what you're saying is we're Russia and they are Georgia. All right, back to what we're doing.
Yeah. What are we going to?
So tell us more about the Legion Led tournament coming up.
We're gonna be as JR said, we're so again, I've been busy with the change in my school schedule. I'm gonna be working weekends a little bit more, and Sundays I'm gonna try to get at least once a month an event going. We've got a capacity for up to 10 players, which I think is going to be pretty reasonable for the amount of people we have locally that'll show up and play. But yeah, there's people that want to play and get reps in before any of the big events. I was of the I thought that people wanted to just wait till the new stuff came out because that's what I kind of wanted to do as well. Especially because the rules are. I mean, dude, I play Empire and it's not in the greatest spot right now, unfortunately.
Rough spot, for sure.
But that's how it was too before. I remember when I was playing at the height of Rex Star and Clone Ball and all that stuff. I was just like, I feel like Empire has nothing. And then they did all the changes for Blizzard Force and stuff. So who knows what the next broken Empire list is going to be.
Hopefully it's a fun list.
Well, see, that's
hopefully
the thing about Empire. The thing about Empire is I'd rather it be overall, you can make but like a lot of good lists than it being OP. Because that's what I feel like.
I know.
Well, okay. Without diverting this entire conversation, right? I feel like CIS is there right now. And maybe even GAR. Like, and definitely Rebels. Like, there's a lot of, like, in CIS, you can go so many different directions, and they all feel okay. GAR, I mean, less so because there's not options.
The Empire is just mobility. They don't have a lot of things that move.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what they need.
Yeah, you can't really move and shoot a whole lot.
No, yeah.
We should do an Empire. We should do an Empire pod at some point.
Sure.
But anyways, tournaments.
Yeah, so we're trying to do once a month tournaments. I'll try to keep them towards the end of the month.
That's what I was going to ask you too. Is it going to be once a month? Because like I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'll try to at least once a month again. We'll see. I'll give it a shot. If after a couple of months nobody shows up, then we tried, right? Then we'll just give it a shot after the new stuff comes out. Because when there's product to sell to new players, there's no problem making new players. Kyle Simon, one of my regulars, I'm sure you guys have met him. He got into MCP and Shatterpoint, but Legion's the one he wanted to get into. But he's like, oh yeah, with the new rules, there's not like you don't get enough out of the courses. He was, I'll just wait till the new stuff comes out. I'm like, that's fine, dude. Like I'm not gonna pressure anyone to buy stuff that they're not gonna be able to use later. Or that's
well, and again, you can't. I honestly, how do you even buy an army right now? Like an actual playable army, like
a legal army, JR.
Legal army, yes.
I can make you an army, trust me.
But like, it's so hard right now. Like I was literally like looking at the shop and I'm like, okay, I was thinking like I don't have the money to. I'm like, all right, if I wanted to get a CAS right now, what could I buy at the shop? Okay, like 3 things, and you know, it's just you can't even get it. It's like half out, and it's more than 3. I'm exaggerating, but
right.
Well, and the B1s are discontinued right now.
Yep, so, no B1s, no B2s, like DOA, like can't even if I wanted to. Not without borrowing half of somebody's or all of somebody's stuff. So,
and that might not even be enough with the new squads.
Yeah, but so once a month, 10 people.
So we're gonna have the first Legion Lads tournament is gonna be. Let me look at my calendar because I know we had changed the last minute. It's gonna be on the 22nd
on Saturday. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, and I think we said a 10 o'clock start time, right?
Yes. Whatever Longshank says.
I have it right here if you want me to read it, Rome. So
yeah,
it's on the 22nd of February. It's $20 entry fee, capped at 10. First, second, third place get store credit and some other prizes. Registration's at 9. Round 1's at 10. And then round 3 is at 5. So probably in around 7 or so.
Yeah, I think we did like 8, which should hopefully be the latest we end.
Yeah. Your army doesn't need to be painted or assembled. Or
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be
not this
assembled.
go
Well,
around.
he's
It doesn't
assembled.
need to be assembled.
Please assemble.
What?
You do need to be
Not
assembled. I'm
assembled.
sorry. You do need to be assembled. Your list is due at registration, so day 1. So you could just waffle on your list until day 1. The best thing about this news, though, is proxies are allowed. Who within reason? Within reason. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
JR might be testing that within reason.
Yeah, I used to
So,
my
so right now we have
ATSC.
six people signed up.
Nice.
I'm not signed up. I will judge if there's 10 other people that want to show up. If not, I'm gonna play. So
Nice.
like, so we have 3 to 4 slots for anybody locally, not locally, right? Come
Who
meet
signed
JR.
up so far?
So I have the list. So we have JR, Kevin, Jose, Daniel, and then 2 of the Modesto or the Roll Better Dice guys. Justin and Scott.
Nice.
I'm gonna
Nice,
ask.
nice.
I'm gonna ask Michael when I play him tomorrow to see if he
Heck
Nice. Yeah, Mike would be. I want to get Edward to sign up, but that's a whole
Edward
other.
should
I
sign up.
know.
Edward should sign up.
Edward's
yeah.
such a nice
But-
boy, though.
Yeah. But
He-
if we fill up with 10 this time, then maybe we can convince Roman to like put a tent outside for the 6th table.
dude,
It's a windy day and you're just watching
I
all of
know,
this
right?
stuff. Like, why?
it's not even the windy day. It's when it starts June, July, dude. You're gonna want to be outside. That'll be the
Shirtless
loser table.
Legion.
That would be
Or actually,
brutal.
no, that'll be the winner table right there, dude. Anybody who's in table 1, like
Yeah.
the best record is like, this is an Iron Man match. Can you handle the heat?
The sweat, literally. The sweat.
Minis are gonna be melting all sad. ATS is gonna be like, "Grrr."
Lightsabers go limp.
Yeah. You go to move something and it's stuck. Like, oh,
Melted
Well, good news is
plastic.
July is Vet Fest. So
that's true. Yes.
so like it would just be like June and August, which
Which
August
is
would be
still
spicy,
triple
but-
degrees. Yeah. But no, I'm excited again. We'll see. Again, this one had to be Saturday. Just got another event signed up for that.
There's a certain
Sunday.
person locally, you know who you are. If you're watching this, it is on Saturday for you. Don't listen to anything Roman is saying right now. It's
That
on
too,
Saturday, so
yeah.
you can show up and you've not signed up yet.
Oh, that's true.
Who are we
Yeah.
talking about? I don't know who we're talking about right now.
A certain guy who can only make Saturdays. That's another thing I do want to do is I do want to alternate between Saturday and Sunday, just because there's some people who can't make Sunday, but there's also some people who can't make Saturdays, right?
Sure.
So I
Yeah.
want to kind of like balance it out. Sundays will be easier at the Clovis store for me to set aside the
Mhm.
space because we don't have any events. It's already limited hours, right? We're only open noon to 4 for customers, so
Yeah.
we can set up the tables beforehand. I can move some stuff. I'm already kind of scheming some stuff to see if we can fit in another double set of tables. But we'll
Nice.
see. We can probably bump up 5. Yeah, we can probably bump up another double set,
Nice.
so 12 players.
Yeah.
But it'll yeah.
Saturday, you just got to be ready to kick out some kids. So
Right. Yeah, I gotta let the Pokemon guys know that we're not doing any Pokemon that day. Luckily, they'll have just ran 2 back-to-back big events for themselves.
Okay, cool.
This coming Saturday, they have like a league challenge, and I think the following one they have a league cup. So they got 2
Nice.
back-to-back events. They can give us one Saturday out of the
Yeah.
month,
Makes sense.
or one Saturday every other month, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. This is always what I wanted. It was a tournament once a month, just to
Yeah.
keep the game alive, keep it going, So
And ideally, we have them like monthly, and then like we can drive down to Bakersfield one week, then
Yeah.
next week it's local.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
then we have 2 tournaments every month. Like that'd be perfect.
that
Like
would be
Yeah.
cool.
then I can
Double the
actually feel like I'm getting
opportunity.
good reps in. Like
I know, right?
Mhm.
but
Hopefully,
Oh.
Grayson and some of his guys can come up too. That'll
Let
be
me
cool.
let me know
Yeah.
if you're gonna do medals and stuff like you normally do, so I can
Yeah.
donate because a little bit of history. The last 2 tournaments, JR has knocked me out of first place to second and first place to third. So I have 2 amazing medals, second and third. So JR, I'm coming for that number 1 this time.
yeah.
I'm gonna
But
have
that's
the 1, 2,
spirit.
3.
It's
That's what I
damn
want to
true.
hear. I
I'm
wanna
You
gonna-
know
hear-
what? That's what we should start stealing from each other is our medals.
Ah.
Because that's not a game piece, right?
I
Like
walk in like Kurt Angle, the 2 medals, second and third.
Well,
but
that's awesome. I'm glad
I
to
will
hear that.
say I'm working on printing out more Legion Lad promos for these monthly
Sweet.
tournaments hopefully have him for the first one. If not, like I'll probably know everyone that shows up to this one. I can retroactively give it to you later on. So
Yeah.
Well, I got some fun stuff to give out too, some fun promo stuff that I have left over as well.
nice.
Nice. I don't know how much of it is still going to be useful, but
That's what the sad part is. A lot of the things that went through my cards, all the promos are just like, all right, you're useless, you're useless, you're useless.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
I
frame
don't-
them, try to get them all framed.
yeah, I don't know why they went to the big upgrade cards.
It's
It's
dumb.
a waste of
It's
paper.
because
I don't know.
it's got to be cheaper. It has to be.
I know. That's what I was
It is
thinking
cheaper,
too.
but
Yeah, because they're like, this is the same size as a unit card. We don't have to change the machine up to cut it any different. It just sucks.
which does make sense, but
Yeah,
it does
it's
suck.
just so much space, dude. Like already, I mean, you guys saw we would have those little. It carries a unit card with a bunch of little upgrades around it.
Useless now.
And what are you gonna do? Like,
I mean,
are you
I'm
gonna
at the
carry-
point where I'm already not even using my cards when I'm playing.
Yeah,
Like I just have it
yeah.
all memorized, and I'm like,
You
if an opponent asks, I'm like, here it is, it's in my binder. Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah. It doesn't help that it's a lot of the cards don't even do what they say they're doing anymore, or the rules.
That's
have changed,
definitely
or the
true.
wording. Yeah.
but
yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is. That's why it's nice just having the bling, like the cool little promo cards. I think the one that
Yeah.
matters the most is command cards. So it's fun making promo command cards, I guess.
that's and that's why I've been making command cards, because even if they like change what the command card does, like all you need is the name, right? And you can just show it, and it looks fun, it looks cool, like. So that's kind of my hope, but yeah. So we've got some cool ones coming up. I don't want to spoil which cards I chose, but some of the locals have already seen them, so
They look good. They look good.
Yeah.
I'm
for
excited.
them. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Pumped.
So that's
Main event?
awesome. Glad to hear it. We'll get moving on to the LVO coverage still. I know this
last
is the third
week,
episode.
but
Third
people kept
episode.
asking me, hey, why didn't you guys cover tables? Were you too scared to cover tables? Like, I'm like, no, we just ran out of time.
You guys went long. I can tell Nick was like, end it.
Yeah.
And not mean, but just like, I've been at this for a while. Like,
Yeah.
Blink
it's
twice
enough.
if you're held hostage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, before we start talking about tables, I do feel like I should officially mention that LJ did DM me last week, and he did say, quote, the gauntlet has been thrown. So that means that two things. Number one, he's going to come on at some point in the near future to talk about LVO 26 and the LVOIS. And he did not rescind the LVOIS champs invitation that is at VetFest. So we didn't completely irritate him. So that's
There you go. There you go.
And he also, and you already know this, but I have to make sure it's on the pod. He also said that Jose has an invite to be a judge next year at LVO.
Yes.
And
do
I
it.
think you have to
Yes,
do it.
you have to.
You have to do it. You have to.
I already said
You
that.
have to put your money where your mouth is.
Yes.
No, that's fine. I said I would do it on one condition. You think I'm crazy?
No, you are crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Yes, you are.
I'm not crazy. So if I get the extension to be the head judge at LVO,
Why is that?
then we'll.
Why
then
the
we'll-
head
then we'll
judge
talk
though?
about
Besides
it.
deferring
yeah.
responsibility.
I want all the
No,
power.
Jose
All
needs a
the
card that
power.
says I'm special.
There's no
I'm
way LJ is
special.
gonna make you the head judge. You got to be just a judge.
Yes, the
No, not
judge.
head
I
judge
agree.
spot.
No. That's
So here's the thing. I told Rob you weren't there, and you already know when I get
That's
my
a
mindset on
cop-out.
so
That's a
no.
cop-out.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That's a
Hold on.
cop-out.
No.
It's a way to
You
defer
already-
responsibility.
Yes.
No.
It is.
No, defer it all. You could say that, but no.
Because you
So
know
I told Rob my goal this year for LVO for my triumphant return is to weasel my way into the LVIOS by running the gauntlet in GT. And Rob's like, you can't do that. You're not good enough. So
I did say
I'm
that.
gonna-
I
So
did
I'm
say
gonna-
that for the
Say
record.
that.
Wait,
But this
for
is
the
already
record,
after I
for the
said I
record,
should judge.
Mr.
Also for the record.
For the
listen,
record.
listen,
Oh my God.
listen. Hold on, listen.
I am
guys.
now motivated to do that.
Okay, hold on, listen, guys. In the Sith Brotherhood, we won't treat you this meanly, okay, guys?
Whoa. How can you be on the Legion Lab?
I'm kidding.
Lads
I'm kidding.
podcast?
I'm kidding. Relax.
Also, how dare you do
I
your
just don't
brother John
understand-
dirty like
just
that?
hold on.
Like
I just don't understand. I don't understand how the guy that says I'm terrible.
I never said
suck
you're
that-
terrible. I just said
Suck
you
that
can't make it into the
LVO, and then
LVO
lost to
championship
me the following
from
week.
the GT.
Listen,
So,
I honestly, Jose, I think you should still go be a judge.
I want to play.
True.
You can play.
True.
You can play. You can play.
Yeah.
Play the GT and then go judge the IS.
Yes. That'd be awesome. Well, then
I'm gonna be
next
in
year,
the
film you.
IS. I just said that.
Ah, all right.
So,
Well, so what happens if you don't win an invitation to the IS? Are you going to judge in it then?
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
So
hold
when
on.
you inevitably lose the GT,
Let's put
you
some
can
money
judge
on
the
this.
next
Oh
day.
my God, Rob! I believe in you, Jose.
Yeah,
I
let's put
believe in
let's
you.
put a bet on this, so that way.
Oh my God.
Winner or loser. Let's do that. You guys up for
I'm
it?
not betting.
Oh,
Do we need to
man.
get Jose a special judging Legion Lads leotard?
The WWE ref shirt is what I want. But it's gonna have the LL on it for the Legion Lads, and it's gonna be like
wait,
the
wait.
Lard
Hear me
Lad
out
with,
though,
like,
Roman. We
ripped-
should actually
ripped
get like a
arms.
Legion Lads judging jersey. That'd be kind of
That'd be
sick.
fun.
Like,
That would
or
be
like
cool.
yeah.
Just stripes. I think what would help a lot too is if we had patches made. When I looked at them last time, they're
Nice.
so freaking expensive. Because a
Yeah.
patch you can put on a polo, you can put on all kinds of
That's-
different
yeah.
stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Speaking of, I will say little tangent. If I do end up judging for the next tournament locally, I will have a red flag and a yellow.
Oh
flag.
yeah.
No whistle. I was told no whistles, but
You can have a whistle.
cards.
oh, I can
Soccer,
whistle.
red
All
card,
right.
red
No,
card,
no, no.
yellow
He's got to
card.
have the flag so he can do to Jose
Red
what
flags.
the ref did to Zeus when he threw the freaking flag in his eye and blinded him.
Oh God. No, hold on. So the players need the red flags then, because we get to challenge these calls.
Oh, that's right.
You throw
That's
the yellow
right.
flag, and if I don't
Rob
agree,
has
I
the
throw the
yellow
red
flag.
flag. Then Roman goes to the camera.
I
goes
feel like
into
we're
the
like
booth.
mixing up games here or sports here, but that's fine, right? Like,
there's a flag on the play.
Well, Jose, you're gonna get to IS, man. I believe in you. We'll come up with some
I'm
list.
determined. I
Caution.
want to.
well, no, crucially, it's not can he get to the IS? It's he has to get to the IS through the GT. So he has to be like top 1 or 2, or the top 1 or 2 need to all pass down to him.
How far did they fall this last one?
I don't know, but that doesn't mean it's going to do the same next year.
It went down quite a bit, actually.
So hold on. The reason I believe it will is because all the podcasts I listened to said the GT people had so much of a blast they didn't want none of the sweat fest.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm
also
talking
fair.
about, Jose. Put some money on it.
Me being a
let's get some
super
money.
competitive
All
person.
right.
And I'm
I
gonna
do want to
have
get
a
to tables
competitive
today.
list. I'm gonna have a competitive list, so I got no problem doing.
I'm gonna have a competitive list. Triple saber tanks.
It's gonna be a double eight double squad. Eight.
Oh, I thought you were saying eight
invasion
ATST.
force.
I was like, what?
I'm just gonna sit on everything.
Good luck. Hey, you know what? If you can make it to the IS from the GT, we'd all be very proud of you, Jose. It's just like, come on.
I don't care if you're proud of me. It's just a suck it Rob moment.
Dang! Oh my god!
I'll make it to the IS.
So when you lose, do I get a suck at Jose moment?
I'll
is
make
that
it
how
to
that
the
works?
IS and then lose and be completely fine that Rob had to fucking eat his words.
Well, you know what they say. Spite is more powerful than any other emotion. So
True.
like we are here also. It's somehow adjacent to the Sith Brotherhood, so we do have to preach the power of spite.
From the ashes. But anyways, all right, let's get back on topic. The LVO
Yes.
tables. That's what we're going to cover from our coverage of LVO. Rob, would you like to start? Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Whoa! Close that window. No, I'm kidding.
All right, can you guys all see this? Like, is it
Yes.
recording this?
Yeah.
Twilight
Yes.
Hub.
All right, so I had this idea last week, where we can talk about tables generally, or I can thank the fact that LJ, and I believe it was his wife, whose name I forgot, I'm sorry, who actually took these pictures, but LJ had somebody take pictures of all of the tables for the GT. Now, one of the other things I want to talk about at some point is like, maybe we start with that, but maybe we do it after this, but I do want to talk about the fact that the community tables I thought were better than the LJ tables, but I did also want to premise this by saying he knows. He said, "Hey, I did the best I could with the materials I had." So I do want to preliminarily say that, right, LJ? You know, I respect it. It's not easy making, you know, all of a sudden magically making a bunch of terrain appear, but you know, this is what you came up with. This is what you had. This is LVO, and we're spiteful here at the Legion, lads. So you know.
Man, calm down.
Betfest is
So
done.
much
It's gonna be
tables.
rescinded.
Calm down.
Stop, Rob.
Okay.
All right, but anyway, so the reason I'm now showing my my screen on the right is because this is the Google Drive. This is all, by the way, public information on the public Legion Discord, or the Legion Discord, I think it's technically called, in the LVO channel. And everybody can see this Google Drive link if they want it. So I kind of figure we just look at some random, and then I may have already picked out 3 of the tables I played on that I complained about 2 weeks ago now, just, so everybody can see them. But who wants to choose? Like, I'll just scroll, I think, and you guys just choose a number here, or just tell me which one you guys want to talk about. Right?
Go all the way to the bottom.
All the way to the bottom?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see here. Right there, 74, 56.
56?
Yep. That
Ooh,
one.
okay.
That one's too open, way too open.
Ooh.
Like, I think that's my biggest criticism. And again, making tables is hard, especially with the terrain you get. Like, you can only do it so much with what you have.
So, okay, so I feel like the statement, this is too open, is too vague to be useful. And I think
the
that
problem
today's...
is not enough line of sight blockers. Look at the footprints on some of those buildings.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we should be as specific as possible with what we are saying. For, like, let's try to make this not like rag on LJ and the people who made tables at LVO, but like, okay, this is the terrain that they had. What would we maybe have done differently with how they placed it? But also general comments like, I don't think there's a big enough LOS blocker here is helpful, which is something I would say. Like, there's not a big enough LOS blocker here, for instance, for my dewbacks. So my dewbacks show up to a table and they get shot off the board because they can't do anything.
Die.
So my thing is, when I say open table, I mean not enough LOSs.
In general, just not enough pieces
just
of terrain.
For LOS in general.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of where I felt the tournament was, is that there was a lot of open tables, and it just was frustrating because the game wants to be played very close. And you can't really do that when you have pieces that shoot very close, at short range, right? They just get picked off the board. And it's a bad feeling for a lot of people. That's kind of why I ran the list that I ran, is because I can afford to stay back and then double move somebody and just shoot them, right? So open tables are perfect for my list. But that's not how I want the game to be played. I want it to be played with a lot of LOS, because I think it was my 3rd game for the IS that I played that had some amazing LOS on one side of the table, and my opponent was playing Rebels, and he made really good use of it that my Geos couldn't shoot at him. Which really, that was a game I almost lost because of the LOS, and that's perfect. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, because crucially, LOS makes you make different decisions.
Correct.
Which is what makes the game more interesting.
It makes it more like chess, like positioning, right?
Right.
Where an open table is just move, shoot. You know what to do.
Yeah, if you had bigger line of sight blockers, so let's just say they don't even have to be like right next to each other, but if they're staggered enough and they're big enough to where, like, let's just say it was 3 pieces, right? From bottom to the top, right? This is, your deployment, your opponents. If you had a big line of sight blocker here, another one kind of staggered right here, slightly overlapping, and then alternating that way. Yeah, it's completely line of sight block. You can't shoot at them. They can't shoot at you. So you have to move up in position over here. They've got to move up until you can start shooting each other.
An angle.
And then you can be able to come at angles and not feel like, oh, I'm just walking to death.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying every table is going to be all that great, but it's like, you got to think about stuff like that. Especially if they want the game to be played, like you said, the way it is like kind of mosh in the middle. Most of the objectives are kind of like right here.
Yeah. Right now it's definitely like mosh in the middle, the whole game.
So you got to give units an option to, either pop out and shoot or get shot at, kind of tuck away. Again, it's not fair that Rob's dewbacks have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Now, I've got an interesting question I'm going to ask with all the tables as well. Okay. Assuming that you show up to a tournament yourself, and this is the box of terrain that you are given, all right, how well does this table look based on the placement of the pieces of terrain itself? Like, how well do you think that whoever made this table did with what they had, right?
So I think they did a great
I actually think, real quick, because I want to give my opinion, I actually think they did a decent job here. I think they did the best they could with what they had.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like,
No.
would I have loved to have like a bigger building on this table? Of
Yeah.
course, but like you've got some stuff in the middle that's blocking, so you can't just shoot each other off in the middle where it most matters. So like, there's still some interesting decisions there when you're playing.
What if you butted some of the buildings up against each other, right? You took some of the ones that are, make like a super building almost or super line of sight blocker here and there where you can. It's just, but yeah, you're right though. There's just not enough terrain pieces to even do that, right? Because in the other parts of the map, again, it looks fine. Again, this is something I'd be perfectly fine for a casual game, just rolling up and be like, it is what it is, right? Like, there's enough terrain out there. This is what we got. Because there's been plenty of games like that at the shop where it's like, oh, this is what we got available to us. Like,
yeah. And I will say, like, one of the things that LJ said last year when we had this conversation about tables with him, because he thought that we wanted like standardized table formats, which we do not want.
I do.
Right?
I do. I want that.
I do.
Oh, I don't.
want that.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Do you guys want standardized table formats? JR, where do you sit on this? I don't.
I do.
I think I'm on the fence about it.
See, what I said, and it's nearly impossible to do, but what I would like it for it to be is 3 layouts you could potentially get. And then that way you can practice those 3 different layouts with whatever missions you're going to be doing to be like, ooh, this is this layout.
Yeah.
Let me try to get this objective with deployment. Like, but again, a little bit of a way of planning a little bit ahead, because Warhammer has it. They have templates like templates and stuff.
Yeah.
I just know it's not really viable. Like, you can't do it.
No, I mean, for me, it's like, I don't want that because I want every game to feel different. Like, I like the idea that
I understand,
be more competitive
but for
by
like
practicing specific layouts, but I do like that Legion. Like, it sucks when you get bad tables, but it's like, at least I know every table is going to be different. So every game is going to be different.
But again, if you have 3 different ones, you're gonna have a variation of it.
You can
but
learn
again,
that.
then you'd know rolling in, it's like, I'm not gonna get fucked by the table, like where there's no terrain that's not gonna block me, right?
Sure.
Like, so again, like, I think there's enough, and especially for an event like the LVOIS, right, or so, like a big series event where people are going at it because they want to be competitive. Again, for like a GT, it's fine, dude. Like, you're there to have fun.
Yeah. I feel like I'd be agreeing with Nick here, and maybe that makes me feel a little bit weird, but
you're like, what's this warm, fuzzy feeling in my
I'm playing
head?
for fun, even in a competitive tournament? Yes, I am. Like,
is this fun? Am I having fun?
All right, do you have anything you want to say on that, Jared, before I do another table?
It's like the Grinch's heart grew too big.
All right, so like, as for like, for me, like, by the way, I would like say that I don't like this table at all, but like, the person who made the table did a good job, right? Like,
with what's given to them,
with what was given to them.
Yeah. Go to 744.8.
744.8. Oh,
right there.
I did have one more point with where I was going with that. Before I said we don't like the standardized things, it's like, but one of the things LJ said is like, he wants to have some light tables, some or heavy tables, some in the middle. I felt like all the tables were light.
I agree with him.
My 3 different templates.
Like in principle, I agree with him, but it felt like all the tables were light. So,
well, here's a good example where I say this one is the table that I would want for LOS. It's perfect. There's a bunch of LOS.
No, it's not. This one could be.
I don't know about
this
perfect.
This one could be expanded.
Because if you're looking at it,
there's too much open space on the bottom. What I would do here,
I agree with Jose.
The bottom left building,
that even more.
The bottom left building, pull it down. The center building, pull it down to the left. The centerpiece on the top of the screen, pull that down and shift that long piece over inside more. It's too open.
I disagree.
Yeah, there's a huge alley in between those arches right there. Yeah.
I totally 100% disagree, because the battle is usually fought in the middle, right? Having things on the end of the tables is useless.
I don't mean on the end.
But JR, like, look at this. Imagine like this right here. I can't draw. I should have opened these up in paint or something.
Let's pretend we got breakthrough, right? So right where your arrow was, that's where the POI piece would have been.
Oh, I can draw. Okay, perfect. Okay, so look. So like,
all right, this, John Madden here.
John Madden. It's like this right here is like 2 moves. Look at this. If you're on this side of the table, I'm kind of with Jose. Like, what are you doing? You have
why do you need? Okay, the only objective that I can agree on is the breakthrough, right? Because right there, where you drew that second line on the bottom left, that's probably where the
breakthrough
POI
looks like this, right?
Yeah, the POI is going to probably be right there. So
yeah, it's like here-ish.
No, I'm talking about the bottom left.
Here's
they're talking
why.
about down.
Because
so there's more table right here that we
well,
can't
not
see.
even
This isn't the
that.
full table.
But
The
right,
reason
right
the-
where you're
the-
drawing right there will be the POI. So that would probably be a problem for breakthrough.
Yeah, you're right. For breakthrough, this is really scary, like how
Yeah,
little LOS there is.
Sure, but
Yeah,
that's
but
the
also-
point.
Because you're literally defending down here with zero LOS.
But that should be the point. That should be the point in when you're building your deck and what missions you're trying to choose and what you're trying to get on blue player, red player. Is like, oh, if I get breakthrough, maybe that would make me have a better chance at getting at my opponent because it's such an open area right there, right?
Mhm.
So like there should be some strategic element when you're trying to decide if you want blue player or red player, because
Right.
if there's no, incentive to take blue player, then red player's got it all.
But that's just a complete empty corner. Like, look at that
No,
corner
I mean,
on the bottom
this
left and the
is-
corner to the top right. That's not.
And this is actually a case where I think there is enough LOS blocking terrain here to have some interesting table designs.
Yeah.
But like this is like the center of the table, and this is entirely open, and that's a decision you can make, right? And here's the middle of the table, and this is also entirely open.
And look at it even diagonally. Look at it the crossways. Like if look at dude, it's like super open. Those trees give you a little bit of cover, not much.
Because this is not an LOS blocker, right? Like this piece is not LOS blocking at all.
No.
Like unless you say that it's entirely closed, which I like personally, I don't think I would say that one is
Even
closed.
that little square building on the bottom right quadrant of your cross, that's
this
still
one?
open too. Yeah, you can see the
Yeah.
archway.
Yeah. So
dude,
this guy is like
So
He
Yeah.
was
the other
giving
thing
he
too
was
is
given a little bit better buildings, and he
so-
did not as great
and
of a job as the
the
other guy.
other thing too, the one where
Also
you
move
get
it
to
rotated.
mark targets, like you could easily, well, if you're trying to you're trying to defend a marked target, your marked target on that bottom side, and you get flanked from the left or the right. There's nothing
Yeah.
for you to hide behind.
Yeah,
You
you're just
okay,
stuck.
you shoot me and let's see if my saves work.
Yeah, you
Like,
can try
that's-
running into the rest of their army. Like
Yeah, like that's that I would just, like I said, I'd pull the left side building down.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
middle building next to it, I'd put down and to the left. The building on top of that, I'd pull it down, and then
Well,
I'd
you
pull
can't
that
pull
left-
this one down, right? Because then that
Yeah.
guy has the same problem that we have on this side.
Oh, is it
right?
okay? It's
Yeah.
probably the camera angle then.
Yeah, camera angle's weird here, but that guy also probably has a lot. Like it looks like he has about as much space. I mean, it's less right now, but if you pull this
Well,
building, it
I
will
think
be.
because look at there's that building right in the corner in the top left. You can kind of you bring that big building down like you have on the arrow. You scooch in that dome to the right of the one you just circled down a bit. Fill that in with the one. Put the trees
Or
maybe
put
in
that
the
dome
back.
in the middle.
No, I was
Yeah.
actually about to
Dome
say
in
that.
the
I was like,
middle.
if this goes in the middle, like that's
It helps. Yeah.
it helps.
You know what's
This
funny?
is the this is the
Is,
table that Rob hunted me down on when we played Beer Legion.
It is the same terrain, yeah. No, that one felt like it had double the amount of like stuff on the table than this one did.
And Beer Legion, you're creating your own terrain as well, so it's not
That's
that much.
true. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why there
yeah.
was double the terrain.
But yeah, I and by the way, like I want to also talk about terrain sets because this is stuff people can buy. I really like this terrain set. It looks really sick.
Yeah, it reminds me
Like-
of Naboo.
It's
Yeah.
a better Naboo. It's a better version of the
Yes.
one that JR has. Because JR has those cylindrical.
Yeah, we're gonna. You know
buildings.
what? You know what? Let's
Oh,
talk about
God,
that.
here we
Let's
go.
talk about that in a bit.
You know what's funny is that I
this
think
is the
LJ's
saltiest
gonna make
table
us
I
make
had all
tables.
tournament.
LJ's
So-
definitely gonna make us all make tables next year. He's like, you know what? Screw it, guys. You guys are making
So
tables.
in Jared's defense,
Well,
I've
so in his
I've
defense,
played
by the
on
way,
these-
in his-
I've played
real
on
quick.
these.
In his defense, I was invited to set up tables on Thursday. I just couldn't make it until Friday
That's-
So-
yeah.
and basically
So
Saturday.
I've played on this terrain setup.
Yeah,
like
I
the
hate this terrain
itself.
set.
I love it.
I-
I've had Jared.
hate
I've
it.
never had a problem
There's
hiding my
nowhere
stuff.
to hide with big stuff on this table. Like I hate circular buildings like this. First of all, now this is the
I'm-
game I had. I think around 3 or no, it was 4 because of the day one still. Where this building right here, yeah, it was back here, and so all that was right here in the middle. The entire freaking board was entirely open.
Yeah.
What do you do?
That's yeah.
Like,
that's
what do
nuts.
you do?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You got to move the buildings around more. The scatter terrain on the bottom right should be exploded more into the map and have the buildings like better like organized because
yeah,
that's
so
a lot
you
of terrain off to the corners.
You can't see it
Yeah.
here, but this is the big building. Like, if you know this set, this is like the big building that has the play. Like, you can stand on this, and it goes around like all this way, and the building itself is about as big as my drawing. So this is actually a decently sized big building, and it's in the corner. Like, push
I don't
that
mind the
guy
circular
here.
buildings. I really don't. It's just usually the circular buildings. This terrain set has crappy everything else. Like, look at it. Doesn't
Yeah.
really block line of sight. Barely provides cover. It's
This
awkward, scatter. It's almost it's
This
circular buildings and then scatter for the most part.
yeah. It
Yeah,
just doesn't have enough
Which
to make
it's
a good
hard. I get
table.
it because the Naboo table that JR has a bunch of really cool aesthetically looking stuff. It's just not playable.
Well,
It's
he has
almost-
this exact same set.
No,
for the
I
I
know,
would,
yeah.
I would say also like stop putting buildings in corners. Like they do nothing. You need to
Yeah.
get more in the middle.
And so
It's
in
like
this
an old
game, we
Legion
played
habit, I bet.
breakthrough. And so like the POI was here and here. And this was actually decent because like this building came into play a lot. And this building came into play a lot. But over here in the area you can't see, there is literally no LOS blockers this entire side of the board. Literally none. Like there was this right here is one of those hills. And he was playing Remnant. And so what did he do? He obliterated everything I had over here. Because I can't hide. So all I could do is like try to kite his range 4 stuff and his range 3 dark troopers, but it just wasn't enough. So like, yeah. And then we don't have the build, and like I did have this building back here, so I could kind of hide behind it a little better. But like, I don't know, if I had a building here, I could have hid my dewbacks behind it, and then they could have run into his army like I intended. So I don't know. This to me is another example of a very open table.
So,
And
question real
yeah.
quick. So, I remember you were talking about your list. Your dewbacks didn't have the HQ uplinks. So, when
Sure.
you're saying like your dewbacks are getting mulched, was part of that because you didn't have the control on them that you wanted?
Sure.
For your incoming...
Sure. I
No,
don't
I'm
want to
just
get into that
asking
argument again, but like
No, I'm not
if
arguing.
they
I'm
had
saying
if they had come out the last 3 acts of round 1, sure,
So,
but something
would
else
these
would have been
tables
shot.
would these yes, but would these tables feel better dewback wise
No.
if you had your control?
No, because you're still running into this problem. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like it's even more than that. It was all this. This entire set of the table was entirely open when I played on this table. And this is entirely open, right? This is an entirely open area. Like there's just nowhere to hide anything. This entire corner of the board was entirely open. It's just way too open. And
Do you think that's because the cover changed now? You're rolling for cover and you can
I'm just
hike?
talking LOS, right?
No, I know, but I'm saying the reason for this new open, like these massive
Yeah.
open line of sights is because you're now crap shooting on cover where it
Correct.
doesn't really matter because you could spike on cover. So
Correct.
therefore,
Well, no, it's the opposite. It's because you cannot hit anything on cover. And so whereas before you could kind of rely, okay, I'm in heavy cover. Like before LOS blocking was good, but if like you didn't really feel like your army needed LOS blocking. Like just your big pieces, like your force users could use it. And like, yes, it was good to hide stuff behind LOS blockers, but as long as you had heavy cover for the most part, not having as much LOS blockers was not the end of the world. Now it feels like, at least to me, you need to be able to hide your armies behind stuff so that you're not getting shot off the board round 1. It's because there's more units on the board, because cover is worse now from like most of the time. So, and those are the 2 reasons to me, like, I feel like you need more LOS blockers than you did in an old Legion.
Right. And I agree with that.
All right. Anything else anybody wants to say on this table? I did tell the creator of this table is the worst table I've ever played on. So I do feel bad about that.
Rob, you have an unfiltered way of you that just needs to like stop.
Well, I didn't know that he had made it. So I like.
You're just brutal,
Also,
my man.
You did say that some player at some point had moved it though, right? Like completely
No,
gotten rid of it.
and for the record, this was after this piece had been moved. So like, imagine there was literally no LOS blocking for this entire section. It's significantly worse than this, right? This is at least playable. It's too open, but it's playable. And I don't know, the guy was like, I'm friendly with him. Like I was joking around. I didn't mean it to be mean, and he knows that, I hope.
I mean, is this table playable? Right debris field does not say playable to
I
me.
know, right? That's what I'm saying.
That says if I get stuck in that bottom side and I'm like,
you're just gonna shoot while you're just gonna run while you're getting shot at. You're like,
I mean, I had this side, which actually is probably the better side.
the
LOS
better
blocking
side, way
wise.
better side.
It's just we played breakthrough, and I didn't realize how little LOS this entire section would have. So
yeah, I've just noticed that with the circular like Naboo terrain is the scatter's just always bad, dude. Like it's always so bad.
All right, let's go back. What do we want to talk about next? Anybody else want to have I think somebody else should get to choose. Who wants to choose next?
What about that one with the platforms? I like that one on the.
This one?
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk
Oh, I
about this
played
one.
on that table. I played on that table set last year.
Oh, cool. Oh, I can zoom in. That's nice. There we
Oh,
go.
it's
Yeah,
the salt
yeah.
one. Yeah.
That's when I played it was round day 2, round 2. It was I played against another clone player. He had Obi-Wan, some
Nice.
ATRT stuff like that. So I mean
So
that the
Jose,
centerpiece is
does this block or like trooper
yes,
silhouette?
yes, yes.
Okay.
So the
And I
reason it
imagine
was
this is the same as this.
yes. So
Okay.
the way they had it set up last year was those two pieces were one on the left, one on the right. So where that rock
Okay.
is, put the other one there. The reason I know it's line of sight blocking is because I was getting real sneaky with my arcs. I would
Nice.
pop out, get the aim. I would pop out, get the aim, and then hide, and then my other arc would pop out, shoot, and then be out of range and have the free aim off of that, while my other guy's completely
Nice.
blocked. His ATRTs couldn't get no shots, not like the way, and it was like the centerpiece is actually pretty high too. It's not like a line of sight blocker, but it's actually like the two outside pieces are higher than that centerpiece, so you
Got
can
it.
hide on that left and right. So and then the piece on the X-wing, I own that piece like in my own personal collection. You can kind of hide behind that. The rocks, I remember you can
Yeah.
hide behind. So this is actually I
Again,
think
looking at the terrain sets that LVO has available, I'm not gonna bring dewbacks next year. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
this
like
one
this,
was
just
built.
looking at the terrain sets, it's like none of this is LOS blocking for my dewbacks. None of it. Because they're like this tall. So like again, it's not like I can like LJ can magically conjure more terrain, but just making the
Well,
competitive decision.
for
Like,
troopers, it's a fine table.
yeah,
For
I actually
standard
think this is a
troopers.
fine table too for troopers. It's still, I would like this is again, the entire center of the board is open again, right? This entire part is open because I imagine this rock doesn't block LOS right here. I'm marking
Yeah,
X.
the rocks do. The rocks are high.
This blocks LOS.
They're high. Yep.
So
The
I
rocks
kind
are
of hate
high.
it even more now because now this guy has this. Oh, this one probably blocks too. Then
Yep.
okay,
All the rocks I can tell you right now can block line of sight.
okay. So it's probably
The
not
only
that
thing on
bad then
this
because you can hide here,
the only thing
here,
on the table that doesn't block line of sight
here.
is the railway in the middle, the railway on the left, the craters, and the little rock wall things,
Okay,
and then the big cylinders with the rebel logo. Those block line of sight as well. So it
okay.
actually has a good amount. It's just the rumble in the middle is where you're just
Yeah,
gonna
and
lag,
it's a
whatever.
big rumble in the middle. Because like let's look at like bunker assault, right? Bunker assault. I'm reversing everything real quick here. It's about here-ish, 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 and here-ish, I think.
So you'd have to move the terrain around then, right?
A little bit, but I mean you should expect that. And that, by the way, that probably is a huge contributor to like tables throughout the day. Like in old
Being
Legion, you
moved.
never move the train, right? I
Yeah.
don't want to say never, but like, did you ever move the train in old Legion? Like,
No.
Not really, because you can just throw it on the train. A lot of times, like this is just kind of where it's at, or this is the terrain piece we're designating,
Like the
right?
only time I can think where you would is like hostage.
No, well, yeah, sure, and intercept the signals, right?
Intercepts. So
Yeah,
you did on intercept and on hostage, but it was very rare, it feels like. And you could prepare, like when you're making tables, you could prepare for it. Now they're so spread out that it's a lot harder to without creating specific, this is what the board is going to look like every single time type stuff. So like, and then close the pocket though isn't much better, right? Like again, most of the time you're like wide open. Like if you're close the pocketing on this map, look at this. Like that center is entirely no LOS blockers. You are just shooting to see who shoots better.
Yeah.
There is no thinking about
and
like positioning or anything like that. It's who can shoot better.
But isn't that when you make the decision to just hang on the left and right and go for the 2 points on the outside?
Sure. That's a way to go through with it. Like, is your army able to split up like that? Okay. Can your opponent's army not split up like that? Sure. Right. Like there are definitely things you can do to combat that. But like, even if,
I mean, with the 1,000 points, you should be able to split your army apart. You should have a second chief
some
commander.
factions can do that way better than others. RIP Empire.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, this one's not too bad. But again, I would argue this is open.
No, I like it.
yeah,
Do you think it's open or not?
open.
It's open, but it's way more bearable than the last two examples.
Sure.
No.
Oh, JR says this isn't even bearable.
This
Okay.
is the worst one out of all the open ones, one that we've seen.
Really? You think this is the worst one so far?
Worse than the Tatooine one?
No.
The Tatooine had some LOS in the middle, at least.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like the Tatooine, at least, like I think I think this one is the worst. Or not that one. This one is the worst so far.
Yeah,
But
that
see,
has
the thing
no.
is, though, I know you don't like the round buildings, but there is LOS there, right?
Yeah, but it's
Yes,
not
I
even in the
agree with
middle
that.
though.
Sure,
But it's not
sure,
even in the middle.
sure. But the other one is like there's
Whoa, that one does.
That one's fucking
Yeah.
gnarly.
Okay, let's talk about this one. This was my game 6. By game 6, I was
geez.
already tilted, and then I got this table, and I'm like, I don't even care anymore.
See,
Yeah.
in old Legion, you had
This
to
is
fight for
fine.
the stuff, right? For the
Yeah.
recover the supplies, hostage.
Yeah.
So there was an incentive to like just keep moving or take something and run away.
Yeah.
You know why? You're just sitting there.
Yep.
And that's frustrating. When
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like,
yeah.
and yeah, like this one, like it was just so frustrating because it's like this entire section of the board.
When you
is,
said there was
like,
a
why was
bridge,
this tilted
I did
this
not
way?
know that that's what you were talking about. I was like thinking like, oh, the bridge sounds like it should have some. Maybe he's exaggerating. No,
No,
that's
no.
fucking
Like
open.
flip this piece 90 degrees and it's already way better. Like, yeah. No, this is it. And this was not
It's a
taller than a silhouette.
platform. It's just
I don't think.
Whoa. No, the landing pad? No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't remember.
Dang,
Like
dude.
if you're
It's
down
not-
here,
it's
it
not.
might have been. It might have been if you're down there. I don't remember. But like, yeah, and like the opponent didn't have good LOS either, mind you. But you know, he just has better shooters than I do. And
Yeah, that's
so
what it sounds like these games
That's a
come down
rough
to.
map.
like this is no LOS again. Like, yeah.
It's just dead man's land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my
Like,
god.
and again, it comes down to the fact that like you just need something here.
Look
And
at
it
that
makes
thing
it
in
way
the very
better.
far right. Like that
Flip
should
this 90 degrees and it's better.
But if I'm correct, these tables come pre-packaged in totes. So with the terrain given on here, like
What do you do
can't
differently
really,
then?
You can't. There's nothing you can do to block anything.
Well,
This
that
is gonna
building
be
on the right, the very far right, that should go in the middle.
Oh, this?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
should go in the middle
That
of
looks like
somewhere.
This
another
one's
bridge.
super
This is
What is
big,
that?
dude. You see how
Yeah.
big that is?
That's another bridge.
No, it's not a bridge. It's a bunker opening, but it's like an actual bunker opening.
Yeah.
It's like the
And are
Hawthorne.
they using it? Are they using it on that table to the right of it as well? Because I know LVO
No,
does that
they're not. They're
sometimes.
not. They're not.
They'll
So
put
it's
a
just
big
on this
piece
table.
on 2 map. Okay.
But
Yeah, no, that's no.
yeah.
Should just rule that you can't see under the bridge. It's too snowy.
So,
There's a storm,
Dude,
you
come
can't
on.
see.
Dude, come on. Nobody's gonna agree to that. Like, but yeah. So again, this one was like rough. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'm also pretty sure I left one of my barricades on this table. I came home with one less barricade than I own.
it's
so.
right there. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's like literally circled it. Like this is my barricade. You need to get like small Legion Lad stickers I can put on the barricades.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Or something.
I do agree. I think there was a lot more open tables this year. There were definitely open tables last year too. So I don't want to say there was more, but more or less it's just like, I don't know. I wish there would be more LOSs, or maybe there is. And I
Maybe-
just keep getting put on to ones that.
Well, I
are
mean,
open.
okay, so
So
let's
I'm
do
starting to
something new.
think-
So just
Hold on, real
let's
quick,
just go
side note.
looking through this, try to find the most LOS blocky, like this is their idea of a heavy table. Let's try to find that and let's
Well,
look at that.
One quick thing. So I think
even just
that's
be
why
this
the
very
rebel.
first
I
one.
think that's why the rebel bus list is so good because
Yeah.
they said we're bringing our own line of sight blocking.
I totally agree
Yeah.
with that.
I agree.
This one actually has a ton of LOS blockers that
I
you
like
could
that one.
use.
That's solid.
Yeah, that's not bad.
These like I know
It's funny because it looks sparse, right? You'd
Yeah.
think it.
No,
yeah,
those
but
are
so
big.
many lanes.
These
but-
right here are this is my
Block.
favorite piece of terrain in the game. Like I have these, I love these.
Yeah, I like those too. I wish I
Like,
had some of those.
Because
Yeah.
they're interesting because you can climb them. They block a lot of OS. I never like connect them like this, like you're supposed to, but I never really do. But I actually really like this one.
Yeah.
I would have pushed all this in a little bit probably, but I understand that they wanted to give a lot of room in the center.
Ironically, I probably would put more scatter terrain.
I would too. Like I feel like that's like we just didn't have enough scatter.
Sure.
But like I think the buildings and where all the buildings are actually pretty good on this.
Yeah,
right?
no, this is solid.
Like
table.
again, like a little bit up here, maybe a little bit up here, but like I understand why they're back there and I'm okay with them, you know? Like again, my dewbacks can't survive on this table because none of these buildings are tall enough, but you know, maybe I just need to have them go last, even after Vader or something, so they survive. But yeah, I do agree. I mean, and part of the lack of scatter is like it just doesn't look good without the scatter, you know, like aesthetically, not gameplay wise, maybe. Because like this is supposed to be filled with stuff, as is this, right? Because those are area trains that are supposed to have like something, probably. So
yeah, it looks like they lost the crates or something, right?
Or they use the crates elsewhere because they're like, look, we can just throw this here. People will know what it means. Like, but yeah, no, there's like you can hide here. Like the center has a ton of blockers, right? This whole thing here and this here.
Even the caddy corner, that dome bottom left to the
Yeah, that's good. This is good right here. Yeah. I do say that I will say that this guy having this building and this guy having nothing here is a little rough. Again, especially if you're talking
That's
breakthrough.
good. That's a good thing.
Sure.
Because
Sure.
there's got to be
Makes picking table edge a thing.
yes.
No, and you know what? And the other
because
thing
on
is
the
like
top right they have a bunch of stuff, and then
no,
across.
I was just about to say that because like actually because like your breakthrough, so you have one here and there, right? And then it's here and like here. So you might have a lot. But like here to here might actually be open. I don't know where specifically it would go though. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, I actually like this table. Like again, I agree, maybe some more scatter, but I think it's more of an aesthetic thing than a like you need it for gameplay purposes.
Yeah.
All right. So that was a good LS blocky table. All right. Let's see.
One for 4. one out of 5.
Let's
we're
not
looking
go over
for
all these tables.
Does anybody have any of these that they've seen that they want to go over before we move on? Anyone?
I think
Going once?
Yeah.
I do want to actually say I really like this train piece. Where was it? Or this train set because it's like my favorite train set, and I want to have it. This stuff.
Oh yeah,
this stuff is sick.
Yeah,
like you have a decent end door, but this one like all painted and stuff. It just looks
and
amazing.
it looks playable too.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is probably my. Like, I'd probably need to buy like three things of it to like make the tables I want.
Oh yeah,
but like I like this. This was the other table I had. This one wasn't too bad.
It's not too bad.
Yeah,
but
that's playable.
Yeah, this one, like the dewbacks could hide behind stuff in the middle. So this one actually, this is by the way a table I had on a game I won, just for the record. I think, yeah, but yeah. So that's all those. Is there anything else you want to talk about with tables from LJ Tables?
Yeah, like I said, I just felt like they're a little bit more open. I was like Nick in our community does a really good job with his tables. There's always a lot of LOSs. And I find that very fun and strategic on how you want to play the game, as opposed to just moving shooting, which I find very boring.
Yes.
And I want to see more of that. Now, I understand for that table to happen, you have to have more terrain, which costs more money. And in a big tournament, you're probably going to have all that. Maybe one day we will. So that's my dream. There's a lot of tables with the LOSs. I think the game would be played a lot more funner that way.
Yeah. So community tables, right? Do you want to talk about those, JR, since you and I played on them? We don't have pictures of them, but do you want to talk about them or no?
Well, I only played on one. Are you talking about which one are you talking about?
No, you should have played on at least 3.
Oh, you mean
stuff
the
from day
IS
one.
The IS one. Okay.
Yeah, like
the
stuff, like so generally the stuff that we played on the IS the first day.
So, first day we did 4 games.
Yeah, and they moved us over to where the GT people had played their first couple games.
So yeah, the community tables I played 3 matches on. 2 of them were open. The last one I played on, my game 4 was on an open table too. The one that I almost lost was the heavy LOS.
Okay.
That, in my opinion, again, it's just there's just a lot of LOS. I mean, open tables.
Like in general, what did you think of the concept of bringing the tables, and were they of a similar, higher, or lower quality than the LVO tables?
Well, that's hard, man, because again, I played 2 games in the GT tables. I played 1 on stream, and then I played 3 games on the community tables.
Okay.
My experience with the community tables was that they were more open than I would like them to be. and the 2 games that I played for the GT, they're both were open, and then on the stream table had really good LOSs in the middle. So I think, yeah. So that's just my take on those.
Okay. Because like I've heard both things. Like one of the things I talked or that people were saying is they kind of like them less than the official tables because they were more inconsistent. But I actually thought they were overall better than the like official FLG terrain.
You know,
and part go.
No, there was this one table that I just really didn't like and really like rubbed me the wrong way because like all their buildings had like snow and reefs and lights, and it was just like give me a Christmas tree. I'm just kidding, Nick. I love that. That's a good table.
No, I just wanted to say, like, I thought I liked the community tables. I like the aspect of using community stuff. I thought it was cool, and I thought that for the most part they were like they had more terrain per table. And that's because like as an individual, it's easier to like add more terrain when the game says you need more terrain. When you're talking, I have 52 tables, I need to do that too. That's a lot harder. So I felt like in general, these were better fit or a better fit for New Legion. Right. Yeah. But yeah, that was just my take on that. But
shout out
I just wanted to bring that up. But you know,
shout out to Nick for winning second place for the community.
He should, I feel like that was rigged. He should have won.
What was the winning one?
I don't even know, but it was worse than Nick's.
It was a Christmas. His Christmas table took second.
I didn't know if you don't remember.
No, you know what? I wasn't there when they announced it. I just know because LJ told me during the tournament, he's like, "Hey, where's Nick? He got second place." Like,
so how do you know it was worse than Nick's?
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be nice and say Nick had a better table. Like,
no.
I'm trying to support my lad. Like,
we're trying to.
I know for some of us supporting the lads is hard.
Nick would have been very comfortable and okay taking second place because that's like first place to Nick.
Dang, shots fired.
By taking second, he allowed somebody to get first. He helped them to get first.
Exactly.
He sleeps better at night.
Nick's got you guys all fooled. He wants to be first. I know he does. But yeah. Anyways, anything else you guys want to say about the LVO tables?
No. Again, thank you for hosting, LJ. Thank you to the people that showed up to actually set up the tables, community and otherwise. Like a lot. Like I wasn't there, but as I understand, there were a lot of people like just from the community who went and set up the tables. They didn't have to. All the judges did. So like, thank you for doing that. Even if, we didn't like some of the tables or all of them or most of them, but, thank you for doing that. But
yeah, absolutely. Shout out to LJ and the team. Like our criticism are just our opinion. They could not matter. It doesn't matter.
Correct opinions. We are objectively correct. On
no.
Facts.
I don't understand why people listen to other podcasts. Like we're just better than them. Like,
just remember, LJ, the tables are fine. The only reason they're bad is because Rob played his dewbacks wrong. If he's winning, he's not complaining. If he's winning, he's not complaining. Just remember that.
Look, okay, and you know what? Like it's better than last year for 2 reasons. Number one, I didn't have the table where it was all like divoted and you have these train pieces where I was trying to place on the train and like all the minis would fall off. And there was no water coming from the ceiling. So like,
yeah,
it was better. Like, but I just won't bring dewbacks anymore. I'll just start playing Rebels and bring my own freaking LOS, right?
There you go. There you go. That's the attitude.
Did you play any?
You have 2 buses you could borrow, Rob.
Do you? Oh, maybe.
I have 2 buses.
Ooh.
Hey, if they don't, if AMG makes a mistake and doesn't nerf sleepers to the ground, maybe.
Bro, just buy 3 sleepers. I have everything else.
No, don't chase me. Don't chase me.
No, dude. Sleepers make me so mad. Because it's like, okay, for the same points in Empire.
Oh no, what did I do?
Sorry. Like you have scouts and sleepers. Basically, defensively, they're similar enough. Low profile versus nimble and a dodge every turn, or 2 dodges, right? It's about the same. The sleepers are actually better defensively because you can get 2 dodges by being next to POI twice. But offensively, you get surge to hit and tactical. And you have a 7-man unit instead of a 4-man unit. Scouts are looking at that like Like it's just so much
Dude,
worse.
you should be able to double a scout squad. That needs to be a thing.
That'd
Or
be
something.
wild.
Or make them a
Yeah,
6-man
dude.
squad like sleeper cells. Right?
No,
Don't
give
make
them
their
the double squad upgrade option. That'd be nuts, dude. That'd be what,
something.
16 black dice coming at you?
Yeah, I don't think they need that. I think 6-man scout squads is more what's the word? Fair. But like even like points wise, like the points per mini on scouts is like 12 per mini because it's 48 divided by 4 is 12. On sleepers, it's like 10.7. So they have better defenses, they have better offense, they have better points per mini. Is there anything scouts can do that's better than sleepers? Nothing.
They can scout 3.
Okay, scout 3 instead of scout 2. That's the difference. That's why scouts deserve to be way worse. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's rough because they got to sell you the box, so you gotta pay for that.
Well, that's the thing though.
They
The
really
riot
did a great
troopers
job
weren't that
selling me
good.
the riots. Then, like, sorry, Roman, I didn't mean to.
No, I said the same thing. I'm like, the riot troopers weren't that great either, though.
I
they-
don't know.
They didn't sell me Inquisitors. Like,
we'll get into topics of next week of like
yeah. Next week is probably meta stuff, right? Like, or new units, or what are we doing next week?
Next week we're gonna talk about the new units, the ARC troopers.
At some point, we do need to bring
Outlaws.
LJ on to respond to Jose.
Yeah,
and only Jose.
I'm gonna try to convince LJ to make him go as a judge. He needs to go.
Oh no, if like I say we don't go with Jose unless he goes as a judge. Like,
Dang. No, Jose plays
own.
in the GT. If he doesn't make it to the IS, he judges the IS. That's the
I
plan.
lose him, I'll push the ref shirt.
I know, right?
How about this, Jose?
Sleeveless.
How about this? You play until you lose a game, and as soon as you lose a game, you have to start judging.
That doesn't guarantee I won't get
Ooh.
into the IS.
I think it kind of does, but I don't know. Okay, we could say 2 games.
Rob's confusing his horrible time with me going 4-2 last year, so big difference.
Oh,
4-2 last year. You went 3-3, like the rest
No,
of
I
us.
didn't. No, I didn't.
Really? No.
No,
I feel like
go
we
look
could
at
open up the pod. I thought we all got 3-3 except JR.
No, I go look at the banner at the shop. I signed it.
All right.
You put 4-2 on the banner?
It was 4-2.
No, I'm asking. Did you put?
Yeah, I
4-2
put
on
my
the banner?
record. So because I thought we were gonna get
Oh.
another banner.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if they were
They
gonna
didn't,
do
by
this
the way,
banner,
speaking
I was
of,
gonna sign. I was planning on signing every banner with my record.
yeah. So speaking of, FLG like totally cheaped out this year. They
Really?
gave everybody like
We're losing
these-
sponsors. Stop it.
Well, no, there was this like they were like literally like this big. You can't even see it. Like this big. Like
Oh wow.
they were literally like and they were on the wall. And they looked like wall banners. Like they're like posters more than like actual super nice.
And they're
And so I feel
tiny?
even worse about the fact that I screwed up our banner. I'm like, no, they're not even doing it anymore. Like
People ask about like what happened. They're like, "Oh, did you guys like kick a player out?" I'm like, "Nah."
one of
You
our
just had to
players
cover up.
is just can't sign to save their life because I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I was trying to do my full name, then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do my initial, and then I like cross it out, and then you're like, oh, we'll just spray paint it, and then
Dude, I do feel bad for LJ and the Legion event where it's like FLG's making a ton of money off the Legion players. They are, dude.
Oh
We're paying entry
and
for
I don't
the
think
events.
LJ gets any of that freaking money to do stuff with like prizes or buy
You
train or
think,
anything.
right? You'd think like they'd give them something. Because I know for some of the events, they give them like LVO bucks to go into the LVO like store to buy their like merch
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
cool.
But yeah, dude, like, I mean, I'm not even asking for like a $10,000 prize, like,
No, like
that 40K gets, because we're not getting the amount of players, but we're getting a lot. They're paying for the pass to the convention itself.
That was the biggest Legion tournament of the year.
Yeah, how many players did they get?
Like obviously because it's the first big one of the year, but like of the like I think it was bigger than Worlds even. I don't quote me on that, but like I don't know.
I don't know. It's a bummer that FLG just cheaped out on everything.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys joining us.
All right.
We gotta wrap it up.
We'll be done.
So
Dara has to go to bed.
thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for the hot takes, and those of you still listening to us, we appreciate you guys. Until next time, see ya.
Yep. Jose's gonna judge the LVO next year. Bye.